required to move this thing from wherever it's come from. It's got food in it and everything. It's not often you get a chance to walk down the middle of a motorway. This is one of the main arteries into the city. Now a dried riverbed that reveals debris, unexpected fishing grounds, and strange creatures of the deep. The alligator gar has been around for 100 million years or so. Parts of Houston are still underwater, but downtown, posses of volunteers have already begun cleaning up.
This is probably like a once in 500 years flood. I mean, the water you can see behind us was way past our head, probably, 6 feet more about where we are now. And, we just weren't prepared for something like this. Being this close to home, you're used to seeing stuff like that on the TV, and instead it's half a mile down the street.
Psychologically, people are not always able to handle the extremes of flooding. Flooding, particularly in hurricane situations, is quite contaminated. It picks up everything that's on the ground, everything that crosses its path. If you were in the water for any length of time, maybe you picked up a virus, maybe you picked up a bacteria. Additionally, you may get infections in open wounds. There's risks around hepatitis A and other contaminants in the water. And once the water recedes, people will go back to their homes and their businesses, and mold will begin quite quickly. Mold will cause asthma, allergies, all sorts of respiratory conditions that can lead to harmful health outcomes. Anything that's made contact with water is unsafe. Psychologically, it's difficult. Businesses may have been destroyed, livelihoods destroyed. People will have a difficult time getting back to normal. We've been told that this is going to take a long time for the cities to recuperate. Long term, one of the things that as a nation we need to think about is our adaptation to climate changes. And hurricanes, we know, are stronger, more powerful, more destructive as a result to the climate changes that we're seeing. This is really the new normal.
By all means, yes, the plume is incredibly dangerous. The bottom line is that we do what's called plume modeling, and that's what we base a lot of the evacuations on. And so, by all means, yes, the plume is incredibly dangerous.
Our friends are elderly friends, and they were there last night, and they would not leave. So I'm just checking on them to make sure that they're okay.
I got friends that live out that way, and I guess he was forced to evacuate. He didn't want to. I mean, he made it through all the flood, and now they got this explosion. Now he's going to have to evacuate because of that.
These materials have to be maintained cold. When they decompose, they generate heat. And when they generate heat, there's the possibility of a fire and possible explosion. We do have 9 containers. These materials are stored in. One of those containers has been involved. We fully expect that the other 8 containers will do the same thing. And we believe at this point that the safest thing to do is to allow the other 8 containers, product in those,